Welcome, fellow mages. Act 2 gave us some absolute banger equipment pieces, one-hitting bosses, chain lightning eating up our opponents, and a life-sucking spell that fills up our life bar so quick is crazy. We did also find the best stuff in the game called the Spellgorger. Increases mana cost by 80%, which sounds like a lot, and then increases spell power by another 90%. Holy hell. All these pieces will be found in Kurnacht, so you have to finish the Wardens of the South and be around level 15-20 probably. If you're still on the way to Kurnacht, the best set to pick until this point is from the Tomb of the Good Druid. This is all the way to the north, and you teleport to Ancient Cromlech to get there. This is how the entrance looks. You can pretty much not miss it. We're right here next to the teleport point, and you want to reach the very end of the dungeon because there's a chest that you need to lockpick. Bring lockpicks. You should have tons of them anyways. Turn to the right, destroy everything on your way. You're gonna have some druids, some of these grindelows back there, some red infested, and a dryad. And then at the very end, this chest. This now gives you the Battle Mage set for 15% spell power, mana regeneration, more spell power, more max mana, and more max mana. There are slightly better pieces like the Wraps of the Waning Moon, which gives you 25% bonus damage, and also the Boots for another 10% bonus damage and another 25% movement multiplier. For this, we get the detailed advanced guide in the description below. I assume you have the Scorching Blaze and the Thunderlash already. If you missed out on them, Abandoned Stronghold above the Horns of the South, right in there, you'll find both spells. First, the Staff, because it's the biggest boost, but also the most hidden one. For this, you can take the left entrance into Kurnacht and then all the way go to the very left Corrupted Temple. Walk up and jump through the entrance. The region is huge and has many things to discover. I will simply fast track you to where the staff is, that you can grab it and then discover the whole location to your liking. There are a lot of priestesses here, but honestly, 1-2 whacks of your lightning and they're just on the floor. Step 1 will be just running through the gate and jumping over the gap. In order to make this jump, you walk up to the gap, position yourself here, run, and then jump as you hit like the last little pedestal there. Hello, Allmother, turn left. Now we're gonna activate the elevators. We're gonna call the left elevator and we're gonna make our way down and then actually all the way to the tippity toppity because you want to be up. Up, you will meet some weirdo. He's the weirdo. Bypass him. And we need to get all the way to the top of this tower. Walk inside. Get the elevator. It brings you down. Then it brings you down. But we're actually want to go up. Awesome. Now you can walk the outside here until you reach the tippity toppity. And here it's important. You can interact with the shrine, but the staff will actually just lie on the shrine. It's not going to be like in a chest here or anywhere. It's just going to randomly lie around. You see a twig. Pick that up. Congrats, you got the Spellgorger in not upgraded. In order to upgrade it, you need Meteorite ore. For this ore, you have two choices. You can either find it randomly in the world, or you teleport yourself now to the main town, the Kurnacht main square. Turn to the left and jump down into the Artisan's Quarter. I'll show you the map marker in a second. Just get yourself over. And there are going to be two lads, the smithies. They are inside. It's Urfer's house. Right here, down. In Urfer's house, there's a quest with Beor and Urfer himself. And as soon as you get this quest line done, it's quite fun, goes really quick. The man is actually selling you all kinds of ores, including the Meteorite ore that you need to upgrade your weapon. Now you might be scared by the 80% more mana cost because it makes the Scorching Blaze go up to 180. But honestly, my Scorching Blaze also does 360 damage. And at this point, I have 247 mana. I could get even more by maxing out my mana battery. So there's still room. And as you get the Spellgorger, you also want to put 2 points into Wand Mastery. Wands have a 1.5 stronger effect. Considering that we get 90% spell power bonus, 1.5 stronger is actually worth it tons. In the Corrupted Temple, you can also find yourself a Life Transfusion, which is the upgraded version of the life-sucking spell in Act 1. That would be the Blood Transfusion. And this one is crazy. I mean, it does 27 health per second. This is up again. With 100 health, you instantly get back healthy. Now, if you didn't find it there's an alternative. Also, if you finish the whole Corrupted Temple, you'll get the Wings of the Oracle, which increases your magical crit chance by 10%. Amazing. I used that until I got my Usurper's Mantle. For the Life Transfusion spell, you could just walk down to the Derelict Amphitheater or teleport yourself here to the Petrified Visage. And then make your way to said amphitheater here. There is going to be a bounty boss you want to anyways kill. Pack your Chain Lightning and just evaporate them. Bunch of archers, dude in the middle, quite annoying. And then around these ramparts, you gotta walk up and there will be on a chest a piece of paper. It might be here or it might be on one of the others where it goes up. Just check all of them. There's gonna be one chest where it just literally is the spell waiting. I think it was here. Yeah, this is where the spell was waiting for you. Bam. Pick it up. Life Transfusion. Done. And in Act 1, we used the Amulet of the Waning Moon. It was cool. 10% spell power, magic critical strike chance, and increased maximum mana. Well, in Act 2, we found something better, which is the Wardens Amulet, and that's 15, 15, and 15. Damn. The amulet I got from the Druidic Shrine right here next to where we are, Petrified Visage. Now, I have been told that people have been getting different equipment pieces from these Druidic Shrines. Another one is to the bottom right of me. Then the next one is right up close over here. You can jump down from the amphitheater to get to that point. Fourth would be more in the middle of the map, right here. And the final fifths would all the way be in the top left corner. But I definitely get it at either this or this one. Please do tell me in the comments which one it was actually. Was it 1 or was it 2? Because we need to find out if it's actually random. Now, the Battle Mage set did quite good, but there's just so much better stuff out there. And that would be the Queen's Crown for 15 spell power and critical strike, together with the Royal Gown for 25 spell power and magic critical strike, and the pants also 10% spell power and magic critical strike. This kind of puts me at the moment at 53% crit chance with 243% critical strike damage. And I'm in the process of actually spending skill points in the perception tree to boost my critical strike chance even further and my critical strike damage. This equipment you won't pick up right away. You'll have to go through some main questing until you're sent into the Abyss of Sagramore. I won't show you any content of this. You will discover this yourself. But at the end of the Abyss of Sagramore, you're going to be getting yourself the Queen's Gown, Royal Breeches, and on top the Usurper's Mantle with a mana regeneration 5 and the spell power plus 10%. And if you actually go and upgrade that mantle, you're getting even more spell power and mana regeneration. And the same goes for every piece of the gown with the spell power and the crit chance. I can go from 25 to 30 with another 6 magic critical strike chance. From 15 to 20 with another 16, and the pans also slowly go up by another percentage. Yeah, you really want to upgrade these. Same goes for the Wraps of the Waning Moon for the double boost, because it's always a 1 and a 1%. But before, I would probably upgrade the chest piece and so on, because this is going to give you even more crit, that we can bring it up to 60, 70% in the end. And as I just see here, I can upgrade my Spellgorger even further as I actually picked up Meteorite ore. Holy moly. I mean, with a 1.5 multiplier, every 5% is actually worth even more. But, you know, keep the mana cost in your eye. By the way, I didn't mention it, but in the Good Druid Tomb from the beginning, you also get the Lucky Charm, which grants 5 gold after killing an enemy. And as you really need to upgrade some significant item pieces, and it is expensive, I'm consistently money starved. I really need to find a money making scheme. I need to upgrade this, and it cost me 400. This cost me 400 to upgrade. My staff is currently at 1,400. I'm going to be empty of money in no time. Again, I pressed this button 2 times and it's all gone. Lucky Charm might be better than you think, as, well, making money is quite difficult. Even if you do sell some good item pieces, they're not selling for much. I mean, this is selling for 25, despite being objectively worth a lot. And the regents here are also not selling for much. I could sell the sword from Lancelot, but hey, I don't want to sell the sword from Lancelot. I found a gold bar. It's hard to actually make money. At least I haven't found a secret money-making scheme. Tell me in the comments below if you found one. I need to know. Before we now get to the skill tree and the attributes, because there's quite some things to look at, I still haven't found good rings. I'm using my old steel for max health and stamina, and my lesser mana ring for 10 maximum mana. I haven't found anything crazy. Sure, there's some health regeneration bonus, increased range critical strike chance, but that's for ranged attacks. That's actually not for my magic critical strike, because if I equip this now, there's a difference between range critical chance and magic critical chance. Magic is ranged, but it's not ranged. Okay, now one thing I forgot to mention before the skills is my healing spell. This one I just spam in between the mob packs. It just heals me very easy. I prefer to blood transfusion suck out of the enemy, but obviously there's not always an enemy. You might just be done fighting and don't want to enter the fight with not full HP. For this one, you fast travel to the work tower, kill the weirdos that are trying to mingle and jingle with you. Scorching Blaze! And then we're making our way here to the Stone-Faced Passage. Now I'll preamble this. The Stone-Faced Passage has 2 Dryads, and they gave me some trouble in the beginning. It wasn't the easiest fight. I had to slow down time. I had to really make sure to hit them with my chain lightning. Nowadays, I pretty much throw a Scorching Blaze at them and they almost crumble instantly. This is around the bend. That's where you're fighting the Dryads. We could shoot a Scorching Blaze at that and it's gonzo. And then you get these Corpse Eaters that are going to attack you, but we'll make short process of them as well. And one of these bodies here, this guy, he just has the spell. Ta-da. What about your skill tree now? Everything for spirituality. And here's a few things to look out for. Let's start on the left. First thing you want is Arcane Conduit. 45% more spell power if you have a 1. Then your 1 is more effective, and we get more Mana Shield. Mana Shield is that some of the incoming damage is divided between health and mana. Works wonders. On top, Energy Feedback Loop ones have a chance to restore 50% of spells mana cost when equipped. Ta-da. Very good for this. Keep on spamming. Keep on spamming. That being said, we don't want to ever have full mana, because on the right side over here, we're going to be playing the more maximum mana. Then your max health is increased by your max mana. That's cool. We have critical hits with spells restore mana cost. Decent as well. And then Eldritch Desperation. When below 30% mana, increase spell power by 100%. If you spam yourself empty in a boss fight, for example, and always work at this threshold of the 30% mana, right? You regenerate back, then you soak it empty with a lightning bolt to shoot it out again. You always get that 100% bonus. And the interesting part is here your Scorching Blaze that costs so much mana. You're going to shoot your Scorching Blaze and it has you below 30% mana because it costs so much. Instantly getting the 100% bonus, instantly doing so much damage. That's why it just absolutely nukes everything. Down here in this tree, we have the 50% spell power increase, then dealing elemental damage applies corresponding elemental status buildup, and the elemental damage is 45% stronger against targets with full health. If I then shoot my Scorching Blaze, that gets the 100% and the 45% and the 90%, or actually over 100% for my stuff anyways. Yeah, you suddenly have something that does like 600, 700, 800% spell power bonus and just absolutely shreds. We also went down here for critical spells with hit reduce the stamina and have a better chance to stun. And then 3 points into Arcane Mark. A critical hit with a spell marks an enemy and causes them to take 30% bonus damage. Really good. The next thing we're trying to get is over here in the perception tree. I will boost my critical hit chance, and this critical hit chance applies to everything. Then we also have each consecutive hit increases the chance of a critical hit up to 20. And we obviously want to boost our critical damage. Technically, we could also move for Bloodthirst, which says critical hits heal you for 2% of the damage dealt. as that should technically heal us consistently up, on top of the heal we're anyways doing with the blood sucking, but I don't think I want to spend points to get all the way down here. I'd rather go for Wand Overcharge because it says killing an enemy increases the effects of wands by 10%, which means if we're going for a fight where it's going like bop, bop, enemy, 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 we're just getting stronger, stronger, and stronger. Or we can get ourselves the power in Swiftness, where movement speed multipliers increase spell power by the same amount, which has us drain our mana empty, get the movement speed from the Shoes of the Waning Moon, and then get another 25% spell power on top. We're anyway sitting at 480% plus that 100% plus the 45% bonus damage and everything going on. Yeah, is pretty strong. For our base stats, we have most in Spirituality, but you also need tons in Perception now to get your Magic Critical Strike up. You want to be over 50%. I'm actually aiming more for 70%. I still have points in Endurance and Strength because I thought I might need them in the beginning. I wanted to wear heavy armor, but nuh-uh. Ladies and gentlemen, anything else crazy you found in the world that you would like to share? Anything amazing you found in Act 2 that I have missed out on? I've been very thorough trying to really get all the pieces together that I can share the cool stuff with you. Gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed that I couldn't find an updated Thunderlash so far. Right now, it's still Thunderlash and Scorching Blaze being used for every opponent, together with a Life Transfusion to suck empty. And it is the best gameplay loop, and it's so much fun. And I can't wait to actually jump into Act 3 to then get you an even more updated guide with the things we have found over there. Now go out there, be a menace, kill some vendors just for the sake of killing vendors. And also if you would like to see the live stream or the starter beginner videos because you just began. Here are they. Enjoy. Have a fantastic good day.